day off yesterday. Took the day off yesterday. Arnold Schwarzenegger was in the house yesterday. Did anyone see Arnold? Yes, he said we should all become part-time vegetarians. And I thought, well, that is big of a guy who used to be Mr. Universe. He's just trying to prevent us from eating lean protein so he becomes ripped as he is. And I thought, that is perfect that Arnold Schwarzenegger's here. It's like, because Cop, I don't know if you know, it's a little bit like Terminator. If you walk around, you see these zombie robots walking around from the past trying to destroy the future. It's pretty good. And just like Terminator, you can bet there will be a sequel to Cop, and it won't be as good. So that is excellent. Now, Can, give it up for Can. Is the Climate Action Network. They have over 950 members from 110 countries, and every day we get together in a tiny room, about 200 of us, and we vote and we bicker and we argue about who should win these awards, and it was fantastic today, and we have got an outstanding array of scoundrels to cheer on. Are you guys ready for the fossils? Good, I can feel it. Feels good. But before we go through with the fossils, we have to introduce someone very special who's going to be helping me up on stage. Please give it up for Colin! Colin, you look fantastic. Are you colon tonight?
Well, Dan, I think you know the answer to that question.
I'll take it as a yes. Fantastic. And who are you wearing, Colin?
Wearing Gucci tonight.
Excellent. We are spending climate finance money in all the right ways. It's fantastic. Right, now the time has come to sing the anthem for Fossil of the Day. So please have your hands on your lumps of coal ready, and let's kick it off. Four seconds. If you were not here, eyes peeled to this screen, because this is what you missed. Here. Oh, this side. You'll have to wait and find out. Sounds good. Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Before we get to the fossils, we actually have a bit of a retirement tonight of a long-time fossil friend, someone that's been, here at the meetings, negotiating for many years, and tonight we say goodbye, a very fond fossil farewell, to the Minister responsible for international negotiations on climate change from New Zealand, Mr. Tim Grosser. Boo! Hey, don't be so harsh on Tim. He's done many great things in his reign while he was in Parliament since 2008. He's increased subsidies for production of fossil fuels by 700%. Couldn't give cash away fast enough, but let me tell you, he was thrifty in some places. He was very thrifty. In fact, New Zealand gives the lowest per capita climate finance to the Green Climate Fund, about 88 cents per person. Yes, whereas the rest of the world gives about 12. Very thrifty. And it's because of him the NZ's INDC target is in the bottom 20% of all developed countries. That is what is called eating his cake and pooing on it too. So everyone say, Bon voyage, Tim!
Bon voyage, Tim!
We won't miss you. All right, now, it is time for the fossils in second place tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Our fossil goes to Canada, America, and New Zealand! Right. For insisting on explicit exclusions of compensation and liability of loss and damage in the negotiations. Now, you might remember that the USA earlier this week won an award for exactly this thing on Monday, and like obesity and bad Britney Spears songs and Starbucks, it seems that New Zealand and Canada just follow US trends just about 6 years later. But a little bit too late. Now, to recap for those on the back who haven't been here, developing countries for a long time have been trying for years to get this language included, but have since dropped it because they knew the US cannot commit to it. But just like two parents who met on Tinder trying to explain it to their child, the US, Canada and New Zealand are asking vulnerable countries to commit to never talking about it ever again. And our friends at Cannes want me to pass on a very special message that the EU is kind of doing the same thing, and we're keeping our eyes open at you, EU. So EU, we're looking at you. We're looking at you, EU. And to accept the award on behalf of Canada, New Zealand and the US, please welcome to the stage Dinah Jade, Julianne Genter and Alvin Finney. Where are they? Come on up here. Fantastic. Oh. Welcome, guys. Excellent. Oh, none of these people. Well, no, we have Julianne here. Julianne, it's very exciting to have you here because not only are you a New Zealand... what's happening here? Who are you? Imposters! You're just like China, dipping in on something, dipping out on something, trying to commit, not trying to commit? All right. Julianne, it's very exciting to have you here because not only are you from New Zealand, but you're also an American citizen. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Are you doubly as proud?
I'm almost as proud as when George W. Bush was President of the United States.
Oh my goodness. That is an incredible amount of pride. And how do you feel?
Well, we didn't have to do anything new. We just kept doing the same thing, and we're very proud that we didn't have to put any effort in for it.
USA is like the hot girl who knows, just doesn't have to worry about anything. And how does Canada feel?
People seem to think Canada's back, but we're also back on stage for Fossil of the Day.
Oh yeah! Yeah, take that, Trudeau! Too much Trudeau truth! Well, would you like one of you to stand up here? Maybe Julianne. Julianne is also part of the House of Reps in New Zealand. What a privilege to have Julianne here! From the Greens. You guys can stand behind her. Stand behind her. Nice. Stand behind her like the EU is standing behind the US right now. This is more than a metaphor. Ladies and gentlemen, are we ready for first place?
Yes.
Oh, you're excited about this one. Ladies and gentlemen, first place, Fossil of the Day, Day 9, COP21 goes to Argentina and Australia. Ladies and gentlemen, this is close to my heart. You know, both these countries, we both love beef. We both love coal. We both love changing heads of government more than we change our underwear. We also love changing our position on climate change. For the longest time, Argentina was shy on coming out and backing 1.5 degrees, preferring to sit back, eat a steak, and wait till others had thrown their gaucho hats into the ring. This Sunday, the Parliament joined the movement, the craze that everyone is doing here at COP. They decided to back 1.5 degrees. Everyone's doing it. It's on trend at the moment. But at the same time, they're being very sneaky. You see, here in Paris, they are committing to 1.5 degrees. But home in Buenos Aires, they are publicly backing the use of coal with a campaign that basically says, coal is the fuel of the future. Wow, fuel of the future! Coal is actually the oldest source of fuel in the world. Literally, it's Jurassic. Coal is older than your mama, Argentina! But please cry for your parliament, Argentina. Because Argentina is so windy, they could power the entire continent of South America just with wind, but they've decided to invest in coal instead, which is probably the best financial decision Argentina has made since their Great Depression in 2002. Right now, in Argentina, it is the final sitting day of Parliament for the current government. In fact, when I say right now, I mean right now. They are planning right now to pass 2 laws. The first law I can't remember, I think it's something to do with no tango whilst driving. But the second law is to put in place a plan to save the coal industry from collapsing world markets by nationalising a coal mine, by nationalising a coal port, and by nationalising a dirty coal power plant. It's essentially a race against time between now and midnight Argentina time, because they've only got those next few hours to pass those laws, because come tomorrow there'll be a new president and there'll be a new makeup of power. They lose the balance of power. This is extraordinary. Argentina is basically the opposite of a superhero. A normal hero would be trying to cut the red wire to prevent the bomb from exploding, but Argentina is trying to cut the green wire and blow us all to hell! And to us, the countdown clock is ticking away to the end of the world, but to them, the politicians in Argentina sitting in parliament right now, who are about to lose their seats, the countdown clock is counting down the time until they're all employed by fossil fuel industries. And to accept the award on behalf of Argentina is Martin Weinstein. Where's Martin? Give a big boo for Martin. Martin, how do you feel?
A little hot here, so I would take this scarf.
Are you about to say that climate change doesn't exist?
Ooh, I don't know, really. Like last year we nationalized fossil fuels plants, and this year we're nationalizing a coal plant. I don't know what's happening here. We're going exactly the opposite way.
What are you going to nationalize next?
I don't really know. Like beef.
Beef. Excellent. The next source of the next source of methane. Fantastic. Why don't you take a stand on the gold? But we're not finished yet, because that is only one half of the story. Next is my home country, the land of endless beaches, sun and plants for the world's biggest coal mine of all time. There it is. Isn't she beautiful? Last night, Australia's Foreign Minister, Julie Bishop, spoke at a side event hosted by Indonesia, where she said the following. These words came out of Julie Bishop's mouth. Coal will remain critical to promoting prosperity, growing economies, and alleviating hunger for years to come. You're welcome, poor people. Here you go, have some coal. Hand out some coal to these poor people. Yes, delicious coal. Yummy, delicious coal. Oh, eat it, eat it, eat it. Eat that coal. You know, in France you have a saying, let them eat cake. But in Australia we have a saying, let them eat coal. And I'm not kidding. This is the best part about this. She said this at an event co-hosted by Indonesia called Pathways to a Sustainable, Low-Carbon and Climate-Resilient Economy. I actually think she got mixed up, and I actually think she presented this, she thought she was going to talk at a place called Pathways to a Sustainable, Low-Carb Economy. No, it wasn't right. Just like Argentina, Australia backed 1.5 degrees, and admittedly, because they thought no one else would do that, yet the Australian government still supports the construction of the largest coal mine in the southern hemisphere, right on the edge of the Great Barrier Reef. In Australia, we love big things. The big banana, the big prawn, the big sheep, the big knob. So we are excited to be adding the big coal mine. This is what it would look like if it was in Paris. Fantastic. Look at that. Looks like a coal turd, doesn't it? Fantastic. Julie Bishop's former boss once said coal is good for humanity. The truth is, coal isn't good for humanity. It's not even good for coal company shareholders. So Australia and Argentina are two lumps of coal in a pit, and the sad thing is that's not really unique. You know, there are a lot of countries here who have got a lot of similar projects on the go, but both these countries are two-faced at this conference. Both are promising big things, but both are sabotaging the world. So can I get an Aussie, 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 olay, olay, olay? Are you ready for this? Aussie, Aussie, Aussie!
Olay, olay, olay!
Aussie, Aussie, Aussie!
Olay, olay, olay!
Aussie! Aussie!
Olay!
Aussie, Aussie, Aussie!
Olay!
Excellent. Now to receive the award is the one and only leader of the Greens Party from Australia, Senator Richard Di Natale. Bring the award over as well. We need a photo up for the Senator. Come nice and close. Now, Richard, it's been a good week for Australia. We're recently named the third worst developed country in the world on climate change. We're right up there with Kazakhstan and Saudi Arabia. How does this make you feel?
Well, last time we were up there with Kazakhstan was because they had more women in their cabinet than we did. But I've got to say, try the coal with some peanut butter. It's much tastier.
It goes down a lot smoother.
Yeah, it does.
What does Julie Bishop serve this serve a plate of? When you go over to Julie Bishop's house, how does she serve coal to you?
With the death stare. If you know Julie Bishop, you know what that means.
Well done. Senator Richard Di Natale, you can stand on the gold podium. Make way. Well, that is it, ladies and gentlemen, for day 9 of Fossil of the Day. Give a big boo for everyone here on stage. Up in the front, guys. Up in the front. Where's Cole? Where's Paul? Colin. I'm getting all my jokes mixed up. Stand next to Richard. Richard, you deserve to stand on the top one, and then Colin, hop on the small one. Great, fantastic. Any media want to come down and ask us any questions? Go for it. We'll see you again tomorrow, 6:15, for who will win Fossil of the Day tomorrow. Thanks for coming. Big round of applause for all our people up here today.